In today's video, you're going to get to see an incredible 1970 Camaro Z28, or as our American friends call them, Z28s. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. I'm thrilled you're joining me today. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to a gentleman. His name is Victor. Victor owns a very cool 1970 Camaro Z28 or Z28. He's owned this car since 2017. He's done a lot of different things to it, rebuilt that motor. It now has a small block 365 in it. It sounds incredible and it's made to go fast. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful 1970 Camaro Z28 or Z28. Victor, she's something else. Hold on. All right, rev the engine. Wow. Okay, honk the horn for me. Beautiful, turn her off. Oh my God, Victor, scared the hell out of me right there, sir. Tell me what you've got.
I got a small block 355.
Whoa, let's start again.
Oh.
What year?
Oh, it's a 70 Camaro.
70 Camaro. Yeah. Okay, now tell me.
All right. So basically I acquired this back in 2017. And, you know, had a little bit of hardships with, you know, things breaking and spending money in it. You know how it goes with these old cars, right?
Oh,
it's a love-hate relationship.
It's
like
a labor of love.
Yeah, it is.
And a money pit.
It is. But, you know, things are sort of worked out right now. I got everything pretty much done.
So was this the condition of the car? Like the body was like this good?
It was. The body was like this. With the hood the hood that I had on it before was the same color as the car with stripes. Just that it got some damage, so I just replaced the hood instead of fixing the fiberglass, right? So I just opted to buy another hood. So I'm gonna paint the whole car soon, anyways. And
when you repaint it, same color. Is that the plan?
It's actually a couple of shades different, but it's gonna be in the same realm. Right. So it's gonna be nice. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Blue and silver. I'll keep it blue and silver.
There's a presence to this car, Victor. And it's got a beast of an engine in there.
Oh, it's got something going on.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Wow. So what did you do to the car then after you got it? How much work did you put in?
I had to do the motor over because the cam that was in the motor that was in the car actually wiped out all the bearings and stuff. So it needed a total rebuild. So I just opted to build the motor.
Wow. Okay.
So we built the 355. It's pushing well north of 4 and just under 5.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's some power.
So,
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of more fun now.
Did you buy it with the intention of putting a big motor in to run it like that?
No. Just the intention was to have a car, you know, to cruise around in. But then, unfortunately, that motor didn't last long. So then, you know, I ended up spending a lot of money.
Wow.
You know, you're starting all over from scratch.
Where did you find the car though, Victor? Right here in Ontario?
Pardon?
The car, did you find in Ontario?
I got it through a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted the bike that I had because I restored a 1983 CB 1100F.
Okay.
And he wanted that bike when he was 16, but he could never get it. So when he saw that bike totally redone, he goes, hey, I'll swap you, you know.
You traded a bike for this?
For the car.
Wow.
Because he already knew it was a money pit for him, right? So he didn't, when I got it, I got the tail end of whatever was used. So I had to end up spending a few bucks, but now it's all sorted out. Just needs paint and that's it.
It's an amazing car. Like it's also the look of this Z28, this 1970 Z28 is just fabulous, right? It's just a beautiful machine.
I say from 70 to 73 was the best years that they punched the sheet metal. That's when they were more refined.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was from 74 on, it was just like production.
Yeah. No, it's very, very special, unique. I love the front end on these things too. Just magnificent. Yeah.
Oh, the tires are 295.
295.
Yeah.
Wow.
50-15s. It's not a bad size.
And on the front end?
Front are, I think, 215, 50-15s.
Okay.
Yeah. A little smaller.
It looks amazing. Just gives it
It's
that
the old school look, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep the Kragers, you know? Everybody says switch out the rims. I said, nah, man, I'm keeping the
No,
old
why
school.
would you?
No, it's nostalgic.
Yeah, it's the way it's supposed to be this way.
I get more compliments that way when people say, you know, you keep the old Kragers on it.
Yeah, it'd be sacrilegious to not have them. I agree.
It's like doing an injustice to it. Might as well
so
put back the original rims
Yeah,
kind of thing, right? Yeah.
This is amazing. All right, so I got to ask you, what's inside? What kind of an engine do you have on this? Can we take a look at it?
Small block 355.
Oh, I like the release. Oh, wow, look at this thing. Victor, this is a work of art.
The only thing I didn't do was wrap the headers. I got someone else to do that. I don't like having my hands feeling like fiberglass pricklies for the next few days. I did them once before on a motorcycle, and I didn't like wrapping pipes.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they look better when they're wrapped.
They do.
Better when
indeed.
someone else does them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful though. I
do all
love
my
the
own
orange
stuff.
color on this thing too. My God. And how many horsepower you reckon this is giving out now?
Well, it's well north of 4 and just shy of 5.
And
So
no
they,
problems
you
keeping
gotta
it,
get on a dyno and then find out, right?
Probably,
basically. Yeah.
but no problems keeping it cool or anything like that?
No, on the hottest day, I think I'm getting to about 181, and that's like in the traffic on the highway. So I was kind of blessed saying I ain't getting over that. I'm okay. I can go anywhere I want with this all summer long, as long as I don't hit the 40s, right? Like 30 degree, 31. That was the hottest days I took it out, and I had no issues. Yeah, it did really good.
Wrapping the headers, I mean, is there an advantage to doing so?
Just keep the heat out from underneath the engine bay,
Okay.
right? Pretty much keeps it away from all the starter and everything else, right?
Right.
Yeah. Just kind of lowers the temperature just that little bit, right? Not a whole lot, but it keeps it down a bit from around
Because you
the motor.
rarely see it being done nowadays. Like I see the odd car every now and again they'll have it, but it's just
If you ever wrapped one
Nobody
yourself,
wants
you'll
it.
understand
That's
why.
right.
It's your hands suffer after, unless you use latex gloves, right? And be careful you don't get a rip in them, because these have some kind of like a fiber. Once you get in your skin, it feels like fiberglass.
yeah.
And it just feels like, you know, little shards in your skin. I hate doing
that
it.
never go away.
Yeah.
Little
Well, it
splinters.
goes away, but I just don't like the feeling for a
Yeah,
couple of days, right?
I hear you. Yeah. It is glass after all. So, wow. I love the hood on this thing. Like, I mean, it's actually got a purpose with the vents and everything else too.
The other hood was the same. It's just the other one got damaged, right? So
This is nice. Oh my God, Victor. What a machine. Absolutely gorgeous. So you always been a bit of a car guy then? Like you started off with motorcycles, you still,
Well, no,
still will play with bikes?
I started with cars when I was a kid, and then I got into bikes when I was maybe like 12, 13 years old. Cars, I was already into them. Like when I was younger, I was already helping the guys around the neighborhood when I saw all the hot rods.
Nice.
I was like, 10 years old, running over to the guys' house, watching them working on their GTOs and whatever else. And
Yeah,
you know,
I want a piece of that action.
I want a piece of that action, right?
no
So
kidding.
yeah, I kind of learned from all the hot rodders in the neighborhood, plus all the car groups in the neighborhood too. I know a lot of the old guys, right?
Yeah,
From
that is amazing.
around, yeah.
No, and that's probably the best way to learn. You
It
learn
is.
at a young age, you get your hands dirty, and
You got to get in there with some of the most experienced people, right?
yeah,
So
true enough. And you kind of get by, or you learn the hard way. You may not have all the tools, but you make it work somehow,
Yeah.
right? So it's amazing.
well, I got
Wow.
a lot of tools. I never
do now,
lacked any
I'm sure.
tools
Yeah,
for
yeah,
working on the cars, but that's something that I acquired over the years, because I always learned that if you don't got the tools, then you can't do it.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
It's beast of a car. Is the plan to take it on a track? Is that what you'd like to do with it, or
No.
just run the street?
Just on the street,
Yeah.
Just a little old street bruiser to run around in, that's all.
How much space in the trunk?
Oh,
Enough to
I think I got the key
put some
in there.
beer in there, probably.
Yeah, I think you
And
can
a
put
few more
You can
things.
probably put like 4 boxes of beer, 4
Yeah,
maybe.
okay.
Who knows? I mean, it holds a bit of stuff.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad size. Probably put like 3 2.4s in there. It's enough for the weekend, right?
Oh, and that's all the electronics for your
That's for the radio.
the amp and that,
That's
right?
the amp and that
Yeah,
right
I
there,
see. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, big ass. You got enough speakers back there.
Well, that's how it came, right? So I didn't
is
do
that
anything
right?
yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the previous guy.
I guess I got to take the 2 in the middle out and put a subwoofer there, and then just have a nice black thing made for it with a cover. Yeah, something nicely done, right?
You know, I've always loved the tail lights on this.
You know what? It's a distinguished look, man.
It's so unique.
Whether it has the tall tail or the short tail, these cars, even without a tail, they have a distinct look.
They do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
My first Camaro I ever got when I was a young kid, and I was working in a body shop, and that's where I started learning, was 81, and it had the Indianapolis pace colors. It was hitting the side really hard,
yeah.
so it took me a while to fix the car because I had to find donor cars for parts and that back in the early 80s. That's how we did things, right? So when I got that thing together, oh my goodness. I was like 16 years old, and I got this, you know, gunmetal gray Camaro with the Indianapolis silver interior, right? And everybody's like, wow, look at this thing coming down the road. Well, you know.
You're a beast, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a bit of a beast because whoever had it before already did put some goodies in it, so I was already
right on.
well ahead, right, when I was younger.
Fantastic.
Didn't have to spend all that money because I couldn't afford it when I was a kid.
No, true enough.
Because back then parts were expensive for cars, right?
Well, they're not cheap now either, so it's just
A
tough.
little more obtainable.
Yeah, no,
cheaper in a sense, right?
It's easier to find, I think, especially with the internet. Like you can source things a little bit
Plus
more
they're
easily.
a lot cheaper because
Yeah.
everybody's competing with each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's lovely. The car has presence, though, Victor. Like seriously, gets a lot of attention. Just standing still. When you turn the engine on.
Attention that car gives.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can we take a look inside?
Sure.
So yeah, how
Let me
much
get
of this
this
is
one over.
original? In the
Oh, I
interior?
did the seats. This is my little thing I did. I still got to do the door panels.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
the door panels are what was the old somebody did in the 90s cloth style. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but that's got to go. I'm going to make new door cards and send them out and get them done like the seats.
So you're gonna have like the quilted.
It's going to have the
quilted
double
look to it? Yes.
stitch over here, and it'll have Z28, and it'll be all fancy. It'll be all done, and it'll have speakers in the door too, right? So all
You know what else is really cool about this is the dash. Look at the way it wraps around you. It's so cool. Man, oh man, oh man. I love it. So you're not planning to take it on the track then? What's with all this?
I might take it there just to bang off a quick time and see what it
Just
does.
to see
right?
what it
Yeah,
does?
See what it does.
Wow.
Just for
And
the fun of it, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
and
do
the
it for
fact
one
is this-
weekend, maybe a test and tune night, and go there Friday night and do a
True
few
enough.
passes
Well,
and see what happens.
you gotta see it, right?
Yeah.
And it's a stick shift at that.
5-speed TKX, the new ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
The gauge isn't that you put in, Victor?
Yeah. When I got the car, it was just tack and an oil pressure gauge, and that was it.
So how many miles have you put on the car since you got it?
This thing?
Yeah.
Whenever I can get out. You know how it is sometimes, right?
Just fair weather driving mostly though, like only in the summertime.
Yeah.
Then
You know, a
store
few
it.
days during the week, maybe, you know, you go out to a couple of car shows. It's not, you know, too many kilometers, but at least you're going for a ride, right?
Yeah. But at least, you know what, it's not something you drive to work on a daily basis.
I would. If the price of fuel was cheaper.
No kidding, yeah. That's a different discussion in
You know?
itself. And what we're talking, premium unleaded probably as well, right?
Like I said, I can go anywhere, even in the hot weather. This thing doesn't give me no issues, man. Like I can, if I wanted to go right now, I can go anywhere. It's pretty much like a daily, just with a hopped up motor, right?
Yeah.
But the cooling system seems to be doing really good, so that's what I'm pretty happy about.
No, that's the biggest headache, isn't it? Like
Cooling the
cooling
car.
system. Oh,
Always.
Crying out loud.
That's
it
the
takes
most
the fun
important.
out of it, honestly.
You start getting hot, you get worried, and it's like, come on, it takes the fun out of your day, right?
True. And that's a big ass rad and a big ass fan to keep things cool.
Like I said, I haven't got over 181 yet.
That's good.
And that's taking the temperature from the head, not like from the intake, right? It would
Oh,
be
is that
probably a
right?
little lower, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
you're
reading.
right there.
Who knows?
Good point.
Yeah, because you get the the fluctuation of when the coolant passes from one side to the other, right? Especially when the thermostat opens. Transfer liquid.
That's something else. All right, you know the important part now is going for a little drive.
For a little rip?
Shall we do that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You don't need a radio.
No, you don't need radio in this thing,
perfect.
man. This thing, I just listen to this all the time.
Oh my God.
It's got some exhaust note to it, eh?
Yeah, it's lovely.
You know when it's coming, that's for sure. That's hardly any RPM I'm doing. This car's so good I shipped without a clutch. No clutch.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all set up proper.
No clutch at all.
Oh man, after just first and fifth in reverse, that's it.
That is cool. Okay, we are...
Spin all gears, man. I'm telling you, it'll spin right out 4 gears straight.
Whoa.
Like I gotta watch this thing. I gotta let it off.
Jesus.
That's only a third of the pedal I'm using. I haven't even hit my secondaries.
I did not expect that. That is extraordinary, man.
Oh, she spins rubber, man.
Oh, Victor.
And I'm not. That's with little effort. That's why I say, the numbers are in between those two. That's why I got to put it on dyno and find out where it's at, right? It could be well north of the other number I said, the last one. Who knows?
Probably.
I'm not going to let it out of the cat out of the bag either, eh?
Yes.
So, well, it was only...
Just keep going.
Yeah.
It's a nice ride, though, as well. Comfortable.
Yeah, the seat's comfortable, eh?
Yeah, very. And you feel enough of the road, but it's not horrible. Like, it's nice and smooth. It's yeah, you can drive anywhere.
It's a sports car, basically, right?
But a comfortable one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, the certain models of Camaro and Z28, depending if you had the F1 package or whatever, it just meant heavier duty springs, which meant, for more track kind of related, keep you more stiff, right?
Yeah.
And then it gives you more of a stiffer ride. And then they had the other two options where you had the basic, which was your... you get a lot of body roll with the basic.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this thing.
It's a nice little area up here.
It's on Villages Street, so yeah. What was the very first car you ever got?
The very first one I purchased myself?
Yep.
Okay, that was, like I said, was that 1981 Camaro with the Indianapolis pace colors. Yeah, gunmetal gray with the silver seats. It was an odd combination, eh? And I was like, what the heck is this? Then I found out that's what it was, part of that.
Yeah. Have you always been a Camaro kind of guy, though?
For me, it was always Firebird or Camaro.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And Chevelle.
Right.
Those were my guys. Those were my three go-tos.
Yeah.
I was always a big sucker for the 66 and 67 Chevelles. I like the 69s and 68s too, don't get me wrong. They're nice. They send their own, they got their own President's Done machine, right?
Yeah. It's got a good look about it as well.
Some guys say I bring back their childhood memory.
I remember that. I remember one of those.
Yeah. Has a certain exhaust note to it that it's hard to drive on a low RPM because the car doesn't like a low RPM, right? It'll chug, and then I'm trying to get home nice and quiet at night. I gotta roll into the driveway kind of thing, so I don't fuck the neighbors about coming in.
Exactly, especially late at night or whatever. But what's nice about it is that it's got a nice engine note. Like, it's not crazy loud that's unbearable. It's just okay. So after that first Camaro, what did you get after that one?
Oh Christ!
Turn left at the
after
lights.
that one. I was into some BMWs for a little while.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I started getting into the 3 Series, like the 325 ISs and all that, and then I went into the 5 Series. So I had like an 88 535i. Okay. Oh, that was a nice car, man.
I had the 528i. I love that car too.
That car is something else.
Yeah.
Then I had a 740 IL.
Oh, that's a beauty.
And that was that royal blau. Remember that blue, that turned purple,
Yes,
blue,
yes,
black
yes,
color?
Yep.
That was crazy, man.
That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I do miss the BMW at times. So that was a fun car.
But I had two 202s. Remember those? The little Beamers?
Oh yeah.
I had one TII and I had the one regular one, just carbureted. And they were fun. Little rally cars, man. Oh my goodness. You take corners and that little thing with those little tires, you're like, wow, are we going to go into that fence? Nope, you just go one car at a beating, you know? Like everybody just loves something about this model.
It is.
Whether it's an 81 down, they just love them.
No, there's just there's a special look about this car. I don't know what it is. Like honestly, like it's my favorite too. I just love the shape of this because it's got that vintage look about it, and it just sings 70s right there.
But I say from 70 to 73, that's when all the cars were still jewelry, kind of made nice, the bumpers and everything, right?
Nicely
and then
said.
after that, became those in, I don't know, aluminum bumpers.
Yeah.
And they cut the window down, thinking the blind spot back there. I don't have a blind spot. I mean, I could back up with this car, no problem, with just the mirror. You know, that's the rearview mirror I back up with. You know, I mean, these cars were pretty much made with the Firebirds just to run the SCCAA races, what do you call the ones? You remember the ones, the Trans-American, whatever?
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah. That's what these things were the best, man. Like,
amazing.
I like the Chaparral Camaro. Oh, you see that one?
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. I want to see that in person in life one day.
One of these days, right?
Ooh, I gotta see that thing. Before I die, I gotta see that guy.
So do you take this one to many car shows then, Victor?
Maybe one of them. I suppose to them all so far, yeah.
Wherever you can, right?
Yeah. As long as they ain't too far. Some nights they don't.
What is this thing?
See, the temperature doesn't get hot at all. It stays within 170, 180.
True.
Cool, and really cooler days will stay like 165, 170.
Okay, explain this thing to me.
Oh, this here's the shift light. So when this thing lights up yellow, it means you got to shift, right? Because you're at your rev limiter.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's where you want your, you know, your RPMs. You display from here. You set your shift.
Do you use it at all? It's just a show.
I use the gauge, but if I go to the track, I'll use
track though. Yeah.
On the street, you'll never use it.
Yeah.
You're not going to wind it up that high, right? So.
The fact you're shifted without the clutch, you can't do that in every car. That is amazing.
Downshift too.
Oh my God.
I got it here too.
Oh, now you're showing off, Victor. That's very cool.
I can really show off.
That is very cool.
First gear too. How do you like that one, guys?
That's impossible. Yes.
Come on.
Hey, the master
King
is
of banging gears over here for years.
Wow. No, but that's not easy to do. I could never even dream of doing that in the MG. So, wow, so cool, man. You're a lucky guy. You know that already, though. This is very
trying to make it easier for me to drive as I get older. I'm 49, man. I'm getting there.
You're 49?
I got my injuries and stuff. They're all catching up, man. I'm starting to feel them, you know.
Oh man, you look like a young guy. Victor, you're hanging in there.
I gotta hang in there.
I thought you're like 30 something.
No.
And you're talking, and I'm trying to do the math in my. What's he on about when I was younger? It's not that long ago.
Shit. I was born in '74, man. Like,
okay, wait. When this car was just
like it was
infancy.
I was watching this thing probably when I was in diapers.
Yeah, no kidding. I want one of those. Yeah.
I want one of them. All I know is if it made noise, I was in it. You know? It had to have something that made noise. Little dirt
where's
bikes.
the brake on this thing? The foot brake or the hand brake?
Right here.
Oh, you're right.
It's the old style, you know. It's always down there. Then you got that's the third generation. They gave us the console.
I prefer that. So have you always lived in the Etobicoke area?
All my life.
All your life, eh?
Yeah.
Was your dad into cars as well?
No, my dad's been deceased since '88.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've been, pretty much into my own thing, just with the older guys in the neighborhood. They kind of steered me around a little here and there, right? When I came with the car stuff.
So they become family to help and guide sometimes, right?
When you're at the show next time, I'll show you which guys that I kind of grew up all around, right?
That'd be great.
Say, this guy, I remember him, that guy from that shop, and I was always around, right?
Okay, just for the video, which guy's the ass? Which guy's the ass?
Oh, yeah, you mean the one that's the worst one of the bunch?
Yeah, I just gotta record it.
No, okay. No, they were all good guys.
That's excellent. So would you say then your dream car would be finding the right Vega?
You know what? Yeah, I'd like to do a little Vega again.
One
Just
of
to have
these
beside this thing, you know?
Oh, true.
2 blue ones with with silver stripes, like a matching set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my mom, she had what it was called a Pontiac Astra. It was a 2-door wagon, right?
Astra.
The Astra wagon, you know, the
Okay.
Pontiac version of the
What
Vega.
year was that?
74 or 75 hers was.
I don't think I've ever seen one. I'd love to see that.
You could change the front end. The taillights were the same
Right.
as the 73 then down, right? Because I had just the same sort of back end thing. So I was hoping, my uncles wrote that off. They borrowed it from my mom one day, and I don't know, they didn't even make it 5 kilometers from the house. Somebody T-boned them. I'm like, no, that would have been the perfect little drag car, you know?
That would have been cool.
Oh, that's the one I wanted to do, really. But that's what happens, right? You know. You can't.
You have kids, do you,
No,
Victor?
I'm single. Yeah.
So if there's a young lady watching who's, you want to do a little bit of a dating profile there, there's Victor. He likes cars, obviously.
Girls and cars.
Are you good with pets and going for
Yeah,
like
I'm good with
quiet
dogs,
walks?
cats, yeah.
Movies,
Yeah.
quiet walks, all the rest of it?
All that stuff.
All right, so here. If you're interested...
I'm easygoing, you know.
There you go, easygoing. So if there's a young lady out there watching, interested, Victor's the man. Does she have to be a car
Don't be
lover?
shy, give me a try.
Oh, nice promotional.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows?
You never know, eh? You got that groovy MG, man.
Oh, thank you.
There was lots of them in my neighborhood as a kid.
Back in the day, eh?
Oh, a lot of green and white ones. I used to remember going around.
Right on.
Yeah. My English teacher, actually, she was actually English too. From England.
Yep.
Yeah, her name was Maureen Hunter, and believe it or not, she was married to the famous jewel thief.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah. She was.
Which jewel
I forget
thief?
his name now. I wish I could blur it out, but nobody ever caught him. And
Seriously?
Yeah. I swear, yeah.
Wow,
She used to tell
pull
me
it up a little bit more.
She used to tell me the stories about that.
A jewel thief.
Yeah, because she used to get jewels from the guy, right?
Whoa.
She must be dead by now, man, a long time.
So it's okay.
She's old. She was old when I was a young kid, right?
Wow.
Yeah. But she was a good teacher. She was fun.
Man, that's not a story you hear every day. Married to a jewel thief.
I was like, what the hell?
You married the butcher.
My mother was standing beside herself. Eh? Yeah, exactly. Eh?
That's something else.
Pretty much the preacher's daughter.
Here a bit. So Victor, first and foremost, thank you for coming out all the way from sunny Etobicoke. Well, this was really a last minute thing, like literally, we planned this in an hour. But thank you for coming out, showing me this beast of a machine. It's gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like after you've got it painted and everything else.
Oh, it'll look nice and fresh, that's for sure.
I bet. Thank you again.